Hi everyone, my name is Max Potter and I want to live till I'm 180. And in my research, I discovered this concept of blue zones and I wanted to tell you guys what I found out about them. Blue zones refer to regions around the world where people typically live till their old age, till past 100. This idea of centurion. This essay explores the phenomenon of blue zones and delves into some of the lessons that can be learned. Let's start with Okinawa, Japan. It stands out as one of the most well-studied blue zones. The Okinawa diet has, come into popular culture and is characterized by a high consumption of vegetables, tofu, and seafood. But I don't know about seafood these days. You have to really make sure you're getting it really fresh. There's so much plastic in the ocean that you need to really be careful about where you're getting your seafood. Also, farmed seafood oftentimes isn't better. Norwegian farmed salmon is actually one of the most toxic fish on earth, so be careful. Beyond diet, Okinawas practice a concept known as hari hachibu, which translates to eating till one is approximately 80% full. This practice of mindful eating and moderation has been linked with lower rates of obesity and age-related diseases. I also think this concept of moderation will contribute and carry over to other aspects of your life. And we know that moderation is one of the 4 Stoic virtues. Oh no, it's temperance, but temperance and moderation are pretty similar. Another blue zone we can look at is Sardinia, Italy. The traditional diet is rich in whole grains, legumes, olive oil, and a little bit of local red wine. Moreover, strong family and community ties play a crucial role in the social fabric of Sardinian life. The emphasis on intergenerational relationships, communal support, and a sense of belonging contributes to reduced stress levels and increased overall well-being among the elderly population. I'm sure that living in one of the most beautiful places on earth also has something to do with it. The third case study we can look at, the third blue zone, is the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, which boasts a blue zone where residents exhibit lower rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. The inhabitants of Nicoya engage in daily physical activities such as walking and farming and following a diet based on beans, corn, and tropical fruits. Additionally, a positive outlook on life, a strong sense of purpose, and a supportive social network have been identified as key contributors to the longevity observed in this region. Another beautiful place. Why are all these people living till 100 where there's local food, they're outside getting exercise, and they're also in a beautiful place? One of a contributing factor which could make them even more grateful. The last case study I want to go over is Ikaria, Greece. It's recognized as a location with a high proportion of individuals living well into their 90s and 100s. The Icarian diet, characterized by an abundance of vegetables, olive oil, and herbal tea, is thought to contribute to cardiovascular health and overall longevity. The island's inhabitants also engage in regular physical activity, such as walking and gardening, and maintain strong social connections, emphasizing the importance of a holistic approach to well-being. Let's go over some common themes and implications, and maybe I'll just start talking shit at the end. While Blue Zones has its dietary characteristics, several common themes emerge from the study of centenarian populations. I've been saying that wrong, bear with me. These include a plant-based diet rich in whole foods, regular physical activity, strong social connections, and a sense of purpose, or ikigai, and ikigai, which is the reason for being, your purpose. These factors collectively contribute to increased longevity and a reduced risk of, heart-related and age-related diseases. I think blue zones are a great example of people just getting the fundamentals right. It's, your diet, what you eat, becomes who you are. It's getting outside, it's getting regular physical exercising, it's drinking enough water, it's, getting outside, it's maintaining strong social connections, and it's being grateful for your life, and it's, having a sense of purpose. This Japanese idea of ikigai, I really like. Why are you here? You have to go do something, you have to go create something, you have to have a reason. You can't just be, meandering about. So these are some of the characteristics that I've taken away from a quick study on blue zones. I hope you guys found this video enjoyable and informative. I'm going to keep trying to make these, so if you, want to see more, please subscribe and like. It would mean the world to me. And if not, am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't think I can. All right. Another case study I think it might be worthwhile to look at is this guy, Brian Johnson. He sold a tech company for a bunch of money, maybe to Twitch, and has been reinvesting in himself, literally. It's reported that he spends about $2 million a year, basically doing maintenance work. But I think he has a few ideas that I think are really solid, and not all of them can be implemented in your life. Like, not many people have the time for this, but I do think there are some that are super important that we haven't touched on so far in the video. So first is the idea of sleep. He is huge into sleep. There's so much extra stuff he does about, not getting light in before, a few hours before you go to bed. I do think that's an important idea, but it's also very difficult. One thing you could do is try not to look at your phone about an hour before you go to bed, or at least not be on social media. Try not to have the blue light right before you go to bed. That's one thing. Also, have blackout curtains. Make sure your room's cold, all those kind of things. The second one is diet. He takes his diet super, super seriously. We've seen that already in all of these. You guys know that diet is important. Exercise we know is important. We've gone over this. Everyone knows diet is important. He uses red light and saunas and cold a lot, which I think are amazing and we haven't touched on so far. And I think now is as good a time as any to do that. Cold, I've already done a whole video on that. You can check that out. The last cold plunge video you ever need to watch. And saunas, we haven't done a video on saunas yet, but man, should we, because saunas are freaking just the best. Saunas lower your risk of cardiovascular related diseases by some insane number. It's really hard to isolate saunas as a variable, so it's really hard to pull statistics on why saunas are so important, because the people that sauna regularly are also already the people that eat good food and exercise regularly and get good sleep. So it's really hard to isolate that variable. But we know that saunas are fantastic. People have been doing them forever. And I think sauna and cold mixed together are phenomenally beneficial. So those are some aspects that we haven't touched on before. I think keeping a journal is good. Just maintaining good mental health, social relationships. This is kind of just the wrap-up closer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.